Just like Sigmund Freud had said, our thoughts are formed through the repressed emotions and sexual desires. We find that Charles Darwin, in his Origin of Species, says our behavior is conditioned through our genes. Now here comes Karl Marx, who suggests a different kind of theory, in which he suggests that it is only the ruling class which forms the ideology of the whole society to fulfill their own self-interests. We cannot say that whether Sigmund Freud was right or Charles Darwin or Karl Marx, but through their groundbreaking stories we can also form our own point of view towards of the society in which we are living in. Always you will find the question from Marxism in your UGC NET examination. Either they ask you the conceptual question or they ask you the terms, who has coined the terms like hegemony or ideal state apparatus. Facts are easy to remember when you know the concepts behind. If you know what is Marxism and how it is evolved and made its space in English literature, it will be easy for you to remember the chronology of the writers and the theorists who played a significant role in the literary theory. In English literature, it is necessary for you to understand the background before analyzing any text. So in this video, I am trying to give you a brief introduction of Marxism and its role in English literature. So without any further delay, let's begin this topic. I come to know about the influence of Karl Marx when I was studying an article on Bhagat Singh while I was in my graduation. Bhagat Singh was so much influenced by Karl Marx that he always carried the Communist Manifesto, authored by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels. Karl Marx and Engels were serious atheists, and Bhagat Singh reading of these two personalities can be one of many reasons why he too was an atheist. On one hand, Bhagat Singh favored communism, and on the other hand, Gandhi was opposed to this concept of Karl Marx. For Mahatma Gandhi, wealth is a blessing, and rich people should take responsibility of the entire society and take care of the people through helping them through donations and charities. In short, rich people or talented people make use of their talents or wealth and becomes the trustee of all the society and help everyone grow together. I have never read the work Communist Manifesto, but I have been through the work Why I Am an Atheist by Bhagat Singh. This work by Bhagat Singh is just 120 pages long. Check the link in the description below to order this work from Amazon. Coming back to the actual point of discussion, if you want to understand the concept of Marxism, you need to understand what is base and what is superstructure. An easy way to remember this concept of base and superstructure is to just remember one simple thing, that is, everything which has to do with the production comes in the base, and everything which has nothing to do with the production falls under the category of superstructure. So everything like education, family, religion, mass media, politics are the part of superstructure. The subject we are studying, literature, it is also a part of superstructure, and it has nothing to do with the production in the society. While the mode of productions like industries, factories, raw materials, so on and so forth falls under the category base. Now try to understand the two technical keywords. Number one is bourgeoisie and number two is proletariat. Bourgeoisie simply means the upper class society or the dominant society. On the other hand, proletariat simply means the working class people considered collectively. So now according to Marxism, the working class people are exploited by the upper class in the base, where the proletariat has to work for hours and hours. Bourgeoisie class make money and a lot of profit by just making proletariat work for them for little wages. The upper class is getting richer and richer, while the lower class people are getting poor every single day. You can relate it in the current situation of India. Hundreds and thousands of people go to sleep without having food at night. Around 14% of India's population is undernourished, and 34% of children in India are prevented from developing properly, whereas 98% of India's wealth is enjoyed by the top 2% of businessmen in India. So this gap between rich and poor is the dangerous thing for the society as a whole. Karl Marx is worried about this, so he had a wish to create a classless society where everyone will help each other and everyone will remain happy throughout their life. In such society, money will not have any place. Private property should be banned, and everyone according to their own potential will work for the betterment of the society. So in order to create such society, proletariat, also known as working class people, should realize that they are being exploited by the upper class or bourgeoisie. The working class people should stand together and fight against this exploitation of human beings. One or two person cannot bring the change in the society. The working class people or proletariat should come together and stand against all of them. So in order to create a classless society, Karl Marx along with his friend Friedrich Engels started publishing a lot of articles. They published a series of system of thoughts that will help them to form a classless society known as communism. Among all their writings, the three major works are the Communist Manifesto, Preface to the Contribution to the Critique of Political Economy, and Das Kapital. Das Kapital is first published in German language and later it was translated in English and titled as Capital. This work, Das Kapital, is spread over 3 volumes. The last 2 volumes were published after the death of Karl Marx by his friend Friedrich Engels. These works are full of contradiction and difficult to read. It is important to remember the date of publication of such works. A question can be asked from you that when all these works are getting published. So remember, the publication year of Das Kapital is 1867. Another groundbreaking work which was published before Das Kapital was Charles Darwin's Origin of Species. This work, Charles Darwin's Origin of Species, was published in 1859. These 2 texts are the revolutionary texts that came during the Victorian period. So till now we have discussed what is bourgeoisie, what is proletariat, and what are the common themes that Marxism talks about. Now moving forward, the importance of Marxism in English literature comes when you analyze the text through the lens of Marxism. As we have discussed, literature is a part of superstructure and reflects the ideologies of the society. Let us try to understand the role of a Marxist theorist. So basically, Marxist interpretation reads the text as an expression of contemporary of class struggle. For Marxist theorists, literature is not simply a matter of personal expression or taste. All literature somehow relate to the social and political conditions of the time. So all in all, they try to read the work not what author wants to show, but what the society is speaking behind the story. For instance, you can apply this Marxist theory in the work The White Tiger by Arvind Adija. The work The White Tiger talks about the life of a driver, Balram Halwai. But at the backstage of this story, we can simply find out the widening gap between the village and city. You can apply the Marxist theory in Charles Dickens' David Copperfield, which is an autobiographical sketch of Charles Dickens, where you can easily figure out the demerits of industrialization and child labor. And at the same time, the French philosopher Louis Althusser formed his own theory of ideal state apparatus. Louis Althusser simply said that upper class, or you can say the dominant class, spread the false consciousness and illusions with the help of media, religion, and education. By doing so, they make more and more profits out of the working class people. Currently in India, we can simply see the misuse of media and religion for the sake of gaining power in the country. Country's offline and online media is not free now. Some news channels favor the current political party which is in government, while remaining the news channel serves as the mouthpiece of oppositional parties. So that's how false consciousness is spread among the society members by the political parties or bourgeoisie class in order to fulfill their own self-interest. And the work of Marxist theorists is to uncover all these false consciousness in the society. So I hope you found the video worth of your time. Let me know if you have any query or want me to discuss any other topic in my upcoming videos. And also, if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, then don't forget to subscribe the channel for more updates on English literature. So that's it for this video. Thank you.